traders, this is Rich from Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is September 20th, 2025. Just like the hat, never fucking give up. Those who give up are not going to be successful in the first place. They need to change their mindset. If you give a bag of tools to someone and you teach them how to use these tools, and they don't use the tools properly, someone gave you a set of tools to change a door, to fix a garage, they taught you, showed you, and if you still can't get it, there's something wrong with your desire to succeed. Success is based on consistency. Here's a quote. Those who desire to be disciplined should start small and set realistic goals. Don't duplicate an overcomplicated process. Start at your level and grow from there. You are your greatest competition. Cornelius Lindsay. This should be a wake-up call for those who just can't get it. If you're gambling, there's no one else to blame but yourself. If you cannot ask yourself simple questions, am I really getting in the market with objective evidence? Has someone shown me objective evidence in the market, something that I can practice each and every day on a steel chart and go back 20 years, 25 years, any time frame in any chart, and find exactly what I'm doing in current price? If the answer is no, then you are gambling. I mean, I hate to tell you, you're gambling. There's no other way around it. If someone is actually teaching you something that is objective, that repeats itself over and over again on any time frame, any pair, whether it be Forex, indices, stocks, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You yourself have to ask those questions. I can only show you how I trade objectively in the market. It is up to you to put that together in a sense that you must be consistent with what I say. I am very confident if you go against my trading system, you're going to lose. I lose. And if I lose, why wouldn't you lose? And if I get rewards from good behavior and being consistent with my system, why wouldn't you get rewards? Okay, so there's a connection there, right? If I do something that's negative against the system, I'm not going to get rewarded for that. Kind of like good behavior, right? If you do something against the system, you're not going to be rewarded for that either. Leverage can ruin everything because somebody's always looking at the dollars. They want to be this millionaire. They've been told they can take $100 to $1 million, which is bullshit. Show all of those trades, okay? Because you certainly can't do it with one trade unless you bought Bitcoin or Amazon in the pennies, 20, 30 years ago, and you invested $100. What would that be? Who knows? But the whole point is, you have to understand that a skill is earned, and you will not be good unless you put in the time. Just to say I spend 8 hours a day, I spend 20 hours a week, that doesn't mean shit. If you don't listen to my videos, and I tell you this all the time, traders will always tell you, oh, I've been in the market 10 years, I've been in the market 15 years, I've been in the market 20 years. It doesn't mean anything. What do they do in the market? Not a fucking thing. Who cares? There are people that I can teach how to trade in a matter of months, and what are they gonna say? Well, how long have you been trading? Well, I've been trading a couple months. They don't know anything. You got a long way to go. It's bullshit. I mean, if you think that way, you're wrong. You need to suck it up because it doesn't matter how long you've been in the market. What matters is what did you do while you were in the market? How did you practice? How did you actually practice? Practicing is not doing top-down analysis, traders. That's a disaster. Practice is not finding high and lows in the markets, traders. That's a disaster. Practice is not finding supply and demand, support and resistance. That shit's not real. Price goes up and down all day long. Put as many lines as you want on the chart. You're better off that way than you are trying to psychologically think that price is going to turn just because you said it's going to turn. Why would you want to trade that way? Why? I'll tell you why. Because 99.9% of the gurus are telling you that it works. And they're full of shit. They're full of shit. It's called gambling. Do they have an endless supply of money coming in somewhere? That's not a strategy that's going to work over a long period of time. It's not. Show your trades. Show everyone those trades. If you made 20 million, you made 2 million, you made $3 million, show all those trades. That way, traders that actually know how to follow the market can visually see if you're gambling or not. I mean, it's pretty simple. If you are not on the right side of the market at all times, you are gambling. You're gambling. That's a fact. You have to understand that. You're gambling. You know, and then people will mark up a chart or they'll do things and say, well, why didn't it work for me? Well, it didn't work for you because you over leveraged. It didn't work for you because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It didn't work for you because you're not following the education. It didn't work for you because you think you can do better than other people. It didn't work for you because you're money hungry. It didn't work for you because you don't value money. You see, trading is not about money. When you go to school and get an education because you have a passion for something. And when you have a passion for something, then you get rewarded for it if you're consistent and you continue to follow that passion. And over a period of time, you start to build confidence. You start to build a skill, and that skill will never leave you. So why would trading be any different? The reason trading is different is because of all of the fake gurus. They think they know how to trade because it worked for them 1 or 2 times, maybe 10 times out of thousands and thousands of times. A system and a systematic approach to the market works with a high probability most of the time. Yes. How high is that number? Most of the time. Extremely high. Yes. 1 and done, 2 and done, 3 and done, 4 and done. It works. Let's just say it works. You do it and it works. You study it and it works. You practice it and it works. You're consistent with it and it works. You go against it and you'll lose. You try new things out and you'll lose. You go against the system again and you lose. You practice what I teach, it works. You listen when I talk, it works. If you gamble, you lose. You cannot over leverage. It doesn't matter what you think your system is. The bottom line is you cannot over leverage anything if your skill level is not there. It's like if you never played baseball in your life, you might want to start off with softball. You know, where they're throwing the ball underhand to you and you're an adult. You don't get in there when the ball's coming in 95, 98 miles an hour. You're not going to hit the ball. You don't have the skill to hit the ball. You may get lucky, but you're probably going to shit your pants when they throw one at your chin, high and tight, at 99 miles an hour to brush you off the plate. You see, you don't have that experience. So you get scared. And then when you get scared, they brush you back and they know you're scared, right? The market's the same. When you get scared to trade, the market owns you. The market understands that. The market is not going to forgive your mistakes. The market is going to take you to the cleaners each and every day. Why? Because you don't have a skill. Why? Because you had piss poor education. Why? Because you chose to follow the wrong people. Why? That was your decision. That's why. So what else do you say? You cannot become successful at anything unless you put in the work. If you put in the work, then you can become successful at it little by little. You must crawl before you walk. You must walk before you jog. You must jog before you sprint, and you must sprint before you retire. It's that simple. And a lot of people think that they are better than they actually are. They want people to believe that they're better than they actually are. A skill has a voice of its own. It's not based on the individual, because anyone can learn that same skill. It doesn't take a certain height or weight or time. What it takes is dedication and the appropriate education. Knowledge. Knowledge is only useful if you know how to apply the knowledge. And once you know how to apply the knowledge, you have to be consistent with the application of that knowledge over and over and over again, tens of thousands of times. Why would you have 1 or 2 good trades that day, following a system, and then go into gambling? Doesn't make any sense to me. If you can't start at 0 each day, you may want to try to start at 0 and start to work on your skill so you can eventually start at 0 each day. Because once the gambling mentality takes over, you're going to lose your money, you're going to lose your account, you're going to lose your dignity. You're going to feel left out. And the only one to blame because you feel left out is yourself. Because if you provide the same information to everyone and people are making progress, there's no one else to blame but yourself. You see, I create a trading system. I show gems in the market. It repeats itself. We could go back 10, 20 years. It's still there. It doesn't matter what you trade. I show often, almost daily, about what it's like on being on the right side of the market. It's not about the money. It's about taking the trades and getting rewards. Is a reward passing an evaluation? Of course it is. That's a reward. Is $10 positive P&L a reward? Of course. Is there any difference really between $1,000 and $10 if you know what you're doing? Not really. You add another zero to it. The point is, if you can be consistent on trading a system and applying that system each and every day, then the reward will continue to pile up without you thinking that you have to become a millionaire overnight. That's not how it works. You're better off playing the lottery because the market does not like you. The market is evil. The market is manipulated. The market is unpredictable in a sense that it will eat you alive if you're not on the right side of the market. If you're not on the right side of the market and you don't know how to trade a systematic approach to the market, you're gambling. I don't care if you call yourself a guru that has been trading 15 years and you think that you're profitable. You're fucking gambling. The bottom line is, if you don't have a systematic approach, objective evidence in the market, it's gambling. It's gambling. There are traders that have a repeatable system. That is not called gambling if they're using objective evidence in the market that repeats itself. And I'm not talking about break of fucking structure, okay? That is just another high and low. There's break of structures everywhere on the chart. What am I going to tell you? Price goes up and down. What is it supposed to break? You mean to tell me that one little line on the chart is the most valuable line on the chart? Why is that? Ask yourself logical questions and see if you can figure it out. Because just because you have a break of structure, it doesn't mean price is going to move that way. Hate to tell you, it's not accurate. It's for you to decide. I'm not going to say what you want to hear. I wish you well. Peace, traders.